to, okay, number one, when I had an altercation with the president, which was also misconstrued, that I abused the president's mom. And today, let me explain to you what I meant.
What did you say first, before you say
I said, you meant? Yes, I want to repeat it, and I want Kenyans to listen carefully. Number one, I said, kama Bagbo alitolewa na wananchi. Bagbo was a president who was a dictator. Kama Yaya Jammeh alitolewa na wananchi, a dictator, president. Kama Gaddafi alitolewa na nchi, presumed to be a dictator, president. Wewe ni nani? Wewe ni mtoto wa umbwa. Mtoto wa umbwa is a puppy. If these bulldogs were removed by the people, you are not more of a dictator than them. In fact, it was more of a praise. Because I was like, you are not a dictator like these people. Wow. So there's no way I could compare somebody's mother to presidents. It could not make sense. But in Swahili, people misconstrued it, the media specifically, misconstrued it to mean exactly just the way I said it. They didn't look at the rules of interpretation.
So
they could have asked me the literal meaning of it, the golden meaning of it, and probably the purposive approach.
In
what I meant.
Moment, Babu, let's be serious. In that moment, when you said that, or even in other moments where things are said that essentially are fuel, that they're lighters for a lot of the things that we see that come about, do you really think there's ample time to start, what did you call it? Golden interpretation and those other things. Do you think that there's time to start asking those questions?
Purposive.
Purposive meaning. So you're essentially saying that we should not take the things you say as serious.
You see, I wasn't even asked what I meant, but the media blew it out of proportion. Because I told you, probably they are surviving best when there is drama.
But Mheshimiwa, surely, when you say the things you say, and you clearly have an understanding of what the media is and what they represent, should you then not tailor the things you say so that the misinterpretation isn't as wide as you are telling us this one was? Surely.
You know, it is not for me to tell them how to interpret what I say, because having gone through a school process, that is how I reason. It is what was planted in my mind. There are certain words that if I use, that is when I stress on certain issues. But it is not what you literally should think.
All right.
Because somebody has the right to interpret what I'm saying the way they wish.
You see, the interpretation isn't in a void, Mheshimiwa. If you are in the public domain, and you have been in the public domain since you're in the university.
Yes.
All right? And if you speak and your speeches are recorded over a long period of time, then people develop a certain perspective of who they think you are. Not who you are, who they think you are.
Let me tell you something. There's something called contemporaneous similar fact evidence in law. You cannot use that fact, the contemporaneous similar fact evidence, to judge my future actions. For example, there was a case in the United Kingdom where John Mills versus the state. This person used to kill infants in a similar way and bury them in a similar way. What did he used to do? He takes an infant, kills the infant in a bathtub, then buries the infant at the back of the house, at the backyard of the house. Then the first case he was charged for murder, and indeed it went through. Then again a similar action took place, and he was also arrested because they were looking at the similar facts. It is like this person has been doing this thing. So we presume that the next action is the person who has probably killed this other child again, because the child has been killed the same way and buried the same way. The High Court jailed him for the second murder, but when he appealed, he was set free. Why? The judge ruled by saying that the lower court's decision erred by simply using the similar fact evidence. That contemporaneously, the fact that this thing happened in the same way, somebody else could have also done it, and it be misconstrued that this person has done it the same way.
You are a politician.
So I'm coming back to where what you asked me.
The contemporaneous circumstance that you refer to is perfect in law. But you are in the realm where perceptions, more than anything else, are the reality.
But you see, the most important thing is, if I know that I'm making statements that are actually not bad as per Babu Owino's school of thought, then I don't have to please the streets. I don't have to please the streets. I'm sorry for that. But So I don't have to say a word taking into consideration that so long as I know that this word is morally right, then I don't have to worry about how you will misconstrue it. There are certain mere statements of PAF, severally misrepresentation, that Babu Owino has been quoted saying this. People are even making some memes saying that Babu Owino has said this, and I have not said that. Those are misrepresentation. So to me, I cannot guarantee what a person will think about me in any other way. Let me put it like that. So what your thoughts are your thoughts.
Okay. Just a quick question. I know we're going to go to a break in a few minutes, but you talked about the fact that this BBI coming out is supposedly going to